Yo, what is up, guys? It is your boy Skull and Bones 2 here, and in today's Gears of War E-Day video, we are going to be talking about something amazing. Your boy got to experience the Gears of War campaign early. I was selected by the Coalition. I wasn't the only one. There were a couple other content creators that got selected, a very lucky few. Now, I will say this. Speaking as somebody from the community, and I'm speaking for the community, I want to tell the Coalition that I'm thankful for this opportunity, and I hope that I can get it in the future. Something like this represents what I've been doing on my channel for such a long time, and I will continue to do that, to share and educate the Gears of War universe to new and returning players. To keep people updated and to provide them with entertainment in the form of gameplay, my competitive spirit, and the way that I like to compete against others at the highest level in this game. But the one thing that I do want to, tell the Coalition is about early access and about, leaks and stuff. It's a little bit past the time frame now, and so I can, say this. I've known about Gears of War E-Day for quite some time before the game went live with any gameplay, multiplayer, anything like that. I was advised by the Coalition to not show or talk about the images and videos that I have seen, and I'm going to stick by that. I am not going to, just diminish the work that has been put into this passion project and then, spoil it for everybody, and I'm not going to do that. How it happened to me and how I came across these spoilers and leaks was just by chance. And the person is long gone. I don't know if I'll ever see them, or if they're seeing this video, see them again. But I've known about Gears of War E-Day and multiplayer and Horde for quite some time and what the game was going to entail. So I tried to, in the best spirit also, as a fan, bring you content that wasn't spoiling, but very severely hinting towards what we could see in the game, by respecting, obviously, the standards and the guidelines the Coalition has expected me to follow, along with Xbox, by giving me the privilege. Now, I'm not a leaker. That's not what I am. I just cover news, and that is news in the community. And I've spoken with TC, and I've said, like, if there's something I post and you don't want me to post it, I will take it down in a heartbeat. It's not about the views like that for me. I have no problem taking down a video that would have been or could have been viral out of respect for the game company. I love this franchise. I love what they're doing. I love what they've been doing. And I'm glad that, they've seen the growth and they continue to support me and this channel and the content that I put out. But with that being said, I have known about some of the things regarding Gears of War E-Day for quite some time now. And it's been so hard to stay silent because A, I've never been in a position like this, and B, I'm a fan, and I love talking to you guys. I love telling you guys about everything, regarding Gears of War. It's something that me and my brother have been raised with since we were kids, playing this game. We have so many memories. Even before I had access to online play, I would just remember spending hours playing Gears of War 2 local multiplayer against bots with my brother, playing the pre-patched, the first version of Gears of War 2 with my brother, because we didn't have access to online. We didn't have access to the updates and the later content. We just played the game on the disc as we had it locally until, I want to say around maybe before Halo Reach came out. We had gotten access to Xbox Live, and then, I was playing Halo and Gears, Halo mainly, and then I got put onto Gears with my father and my uncle. I didn't experience online play or anything about the broader community until Gears of War 3. And that was very much a passion project, but I was still a kid. It was a passion of mine to, watch other YouTubers like Gold Glove and all these other guys, on the Gear scene at the time, blow up and inspire me. And then when Gears 4 came around, I ended up making my own content. My friends had pushed me to do it because they knew how knowledgeable I was on the series and in the game. And at the time, before, other YouTubers out there like Carmine and King Abs, there was Barricade 2091, so shout out to him. And I watched his videos and I really resonated with those and loved those. And I wanted to make my own spin on Gears lore, so I did that, and I made Gears of War lore. It was me and Barricade that ended up making Gears of War lore videos. And from there, my channel just kind of took off, and I garnered a fan base, and I've loved doing it ever since. And I took a break from Gears because after Gears 5, there really was nothing to do on the game. There was really nothing to cover in the sense, Gears had finished, and we went on this like long hiatus. And when Gears E-Day came back, I knew it was only a matter of time before I had to come back. In that time, I had made a fan base on TikTok and grew exponentially on TikTok, more so than I would have expected to. And if you guys don't know what my TikTok is, I will leave a link in the description so you guys can check that out. I will definitely be posting more Gears content over there. But yeah, after E-Day came out, it was announced and all that stuff, I just got to working on videos, and I wasn't getting the views that I used to get. It took time to get to where I'm back at now. And my consistency and goal is to be the best Gears YouTuber that I can, but not only that, for the community in the sense of the content that I provide, the videos that I make them interesting, make them unique, because I don't want to also be copy and paste and do the same thing other creators do. There are, a bunch of creators that strictly just do competitive gameplay and the competitive side of the game, and I love that. I love competing. I've competed at the highest level of Gears for a while. For those who don't know, I played game battles. I went to LAN tournaments. I played against pro players, not like LAN events, but I went to local LANs in New York City, and those are pretty big. I've met a lot of pro players in person, played against pro players, shat on pro players. I've had my fair share. Played, if you go through my channel history, you guys will see, I did wagers. I've done it all. So when I am a veteran of this franchise, I can proudly say I'm a veteran of playing through all the games and playing against the best of the best, and, having that to back up. But now I'm back and very excited for this game, and I am going to make another video kind of just talking about the state of Gears of War E-Day to the community and what's been going on, and like the discourse and like all the negative stuff I've been seeing, that I haven't had a chance to give my piece on, and I do want to do that. But besides that, I do want to make some things clear regarding the campaign, that Gears of War is back. I can confirm that Gears of War is fucking back in the best way possible. Not only that, I grew to like Bravo Squad a lot more than I thought I would. In the time that I had to play, I really didn't expect to like the members as much as I ended up liking them. Max Carter and Lucas Reyes preferably, is as no skin as somebody who's fresh from boot camp can get. And Max Carter, I'm not going to spoil anything about that, but I think you guys will actually really like her character. I actually like her character. She's pretty solid. She's a very valid character, and I really do hope that these characters don't die. More so, I hope that they go their separate ways, and if the Coalition is going to do a soft reboot, which is, this game is a soft reboot. People keep saying it's not a soft reboot. It's a soft reboot. We know it's a soft reboot. They've stated it's a soft reboot. I hope that they tell their own story with the timeline and franchise that we are familiar with, but change some things, make it different, make it your own, right? Don't make the same mistakes you made in Gears 4 and 5. I know they've, been very clear and transparent with us that they don't really want to talk about Gears 4 and 5. Anytime anybody mentions it, they just don't want to talk about it. And they quite literally say, that's not something we're focused on right now. We just don't want to talk about Gears 4 and 5. If that's something we get to in the future, it's something we get to. And if not, they'll probably do what any, studio does when they don't really want to delve that deep into, lore regarding a franchise or game series that isn't doing well. And they'll kind of just like finish it in like a side book or comic or something like that. And honestly, I feel like that's the best route to do Kate's story, or to close that story, or if they just don't want to regard that at all moving forward. I do think that in this soft reboot, change some things, let Dom live this time, don't kill his family. Don't make this dude suffer. The reason Dom died in the first place in Gears of War 3, it was due to Karen Travis never playing any of the Gears games and only writing books and never playing the games, never being that in tune with the gaming audience and knowing how impactful a death like Dominic Santiago would have, not only on the series, but to the player base. And she killed him off for shock value. If you go back and watch the videos describing the development and, breakdown of, Gears 3, Dom was just killed off for shock value. There was no purpose they didn't have a justifiable purpose to kill Dom. And so they killed him to, make this big ending, this big payoff, an end all be all. And, the sacrifices were meant for a reason. But Dom didn't really have to die. Like, they've made it clear. If you look at the videos, Dom didn't have to die in Gears of War 3. So there's a lot of characters that, I would not like to see go because of shock value and to make, their deaths make the name Gears of War stay relevant. The first time around when characters died in Gears of War for the first trilogy, their deaths hit hard and sacrifice is necessary in war. Like, it's something that happens. I get that. I'm not asking for Gears of War to be, sunshine and rainbows. I'm okay with, characters dying. That's fine. But if their deaths are going to, happen, make them make sense. Like, Dom's that didn't need to happen at all. If Ty ends up, dying and meets his fate, then Ty dies, and I hope that it's done in a different way, much more in tune with his culture and his background. Especially in the comics, how, he's a fighter. Let him die fighting. Don't let him take a Nasher hit after getting tortured and then blowing his brains off, or giving him a gun and then the way he sees an easy way out is killing himself. Same thing with the Carmine brothers. I get it. Killing the Carmines is a trope. It's a joke that has been running in the franchise for forever. Would me personally like to see the Carmines die in the way that they do? No. But I understand that, there's a purpose for them dying. And, that's just something that's synonymous with Gears. As far as we know, Clayton Carmine being the only outlier, the person that breaks the curse in his family. But we still haven't seen the third Carmine brother or the father of the Carmines and stuff like that. We don't know whether they're alive or dead in the lore or in the extended universe. So, hopefully those characters don't die. But, if we're going from the beginning and working our way through the games in a new light with the Coalition, make Anthony's death mean something, don't just because he's the rookie get his brain blown out because he jammed the gun, changed a little bit. I'm not saying he doesn't have to die, but change the deaths, make the deaths more impactful. My thing is, for all the characters that died in the original trilogy, some of the deaths didn't really resonate that well and have a true purpose. Now, I still think that the original trilogy is, a masterpiece in its own right. I think that the games represent the times that the games were made in and the audience that it was catered towards, but it's true that Gears, this is a new generation, and there are people that have never played a Gears of War game trying this franchise out for the first time through E-Day. So if this is going to be the Coalition's love letter to, old Gears fans and the old franchise and new fans, do something that you intended to do with Gears 4 and 5. Tell your own story, but listen to the community in light of the things that we didn't like that you did, and make it your own, but do it the right way. Make the story and the narratives have impact. And I can say from the time that I played, I loved all the characters. The lore videos I'm going to make are going to be insane. All the interactions I had with characters, the small stuff, just looking at them talk, dialogue, all that stuff. The set pieces, everything going on in the city, making it feel so alive. It was beautiful. Very beautiful. So I know that I'm very limited in the things that I can say from what I experienced and all that, but I just want to say, as a fan, as somebody who is just like the rest of you guys, who's humble and lucky to be in an opportunity like this, we are back. Gears of War might be the best campaign since Gears of War 3. And I will admit it, I am a fanboy of Gears of War 3. Gears of War 3 is when I gained, I guess, consciousness from being a little Jilyang and playing the games, and me and my brother played online Gears of War 3, and we got to experience Gears of War 3 to the fullest and the best. Remember playing the beta. I remember getting the flaming skins for completing the beta, and not a lot of people remember that. I remember everything. I remember the Gears 3 beta. I remember Gears 3 very well. It's a well-received game among the community, as impactful and as, in my opinion, somewhat flawed, I think, how Dom's death was. Besides that, the story, the narrative, the sacrifice, everything, beautiful. And it's a game that I will hold in high regards, all the time. I will be a D1 Gears of War 3 glazer, and I don't care. So I'm not saying Coalition make a game like Gears of War 3, but this is your chance, and I hope that the rest of the game is like this. from what I experienced and what I played, please make this a game that it's just good for years to come. We can look back at this and say, damn, Gears of War E-Day was like fucking valid. Top 5 Gears of War games. And even for old heads that are hating on the game and stuff like that, don't worry, I got a video coming up for y'all, because y'all be pissing me off, but I got a video for y'all. All I will say is campaign players, horde players, and even multiplayer players will enjoy this game. Another thing that I saw regarding the community was discourse on Mags Carter and the game company being woke and all this. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Y'all got to shut the fuck up with that. Stop it, dude. You guys are weird. Gears has always had women. Gears has always had powerful women in the games. It's like been integral to the story, even in the books and the comics. Characters that weren't even shown. Characters that saved Marcus's life. Baird's life. Characters that we love were saved by powerful women in the COG. Now, the thing is Mags Carter, right? People want to give her shit, but this is somebody who is a veteran, who has seen wartime. I don't know if you guys understand this, but having a short hairstyle is not because you're, gay or lesbian or whatever. Maybe that is her sexual preference. I don't know. There hasn't been that much revealed upon in the game to, make a statement like that. But even if she is, right, having short hair is not indicative representative of that. That's just like the MAGA leftist woke bullshit that's getting pulled onto these games. And what it is if you have long hair in combat, you are very susceptible to getting your hair pulled and getting you killed. It's an easy way to die in war. That's why women that serve in the army or military today put their hair in buns or shave their heads completely. If you didn't know that, if you have long hair, you will get killed. You will get killed. That's why she has short hair. And on top of that, them saying that she's the focal point and the focal center of this game, I can tell you right now, she's not. She may have the higher rank and experience from being in the war longer than Marcus and Dom, but she in no way, shape, or form is the sole character. I understand that a lot of OGs, right, see these YouTubers and then agree with them with some of the things that they don't like, and that just kind of makes a whole jurisdiction for the rest of the game for them. And a lot of pea-brain individuals really don't have a mind for their own. They kind of just appeal to the masses and follow the latest trend and the latest hate trend and everything, and have no opinion because they're afraid that if they do like something, right, the thing that they like is going to be criticized and ostracized by others. And I think that's such a crazy thing in today's day and age, where you should be more authentic to yourself nowadays than you've ever been in your entire life, because why be disingenuous to yourself? So to me, Gears of War E-Day, the campaign, it is amazing. From the 2 hours that I played, we were, doing all the things that were stated in the, original gameplay trailer that we got, earlier this year. And, doing side quests, helping civilians and stuff. It felt good. It felt different. It felt new. And I like that. It was very good. And I have an NDA with Gears of War. I can't talk about, anything more than what I'm telling you out of respect for the relationship I have with Xbox and the Coalition, and I intend to keep it that way. But I will say that you guys will fall in love with these characters, these new characters for Bravo Squad. And the way the story kind of focuses around everybody and it ends up shaping the main characters that we know, they did a good job telling the story. They did a good job telling it this time and making it matter and mean something. It's not like Gears 4 and 5 where everything was kind of just misconstrued and thrown together and just poorly written. This game has heart, has soul, and I can't wait for you guys to just genuinely play the game, man. I can't wait for you guys to just get your hands on and see everything from everybody else's eyes or points of view and enjoy the game for what it is, because I have to say, them accepting lore and expanding on lore in this game more so than what Gears 4 and 5 did, just makes this game 10 times better. And I love them for that. I love the Coalition for that. So the next video that I do want to make after this is basically just detailing, hey, this is what's going on in the community. These are the things that I want to talk about, some changes to the gameplay I would like the Coalition to make, some things I'd like to see, and, discourse in the community and I gotta address some gal larpers, man, because there's a whole lot of gal larpers going. There's a whole lot of larping going around in the Gears of War community, and it's quite literally pissing me off. So I have to do something about that. And as me being a content creator and having somewhat of an important voice in the community, I will share my opinions on what I think. I'm not one to shy away from saying things people don't want to hear, but I care about the longevity and success of this franchise. And I want there to be another Gears game. I think that this game will do just that, set up the future for the game and the franchise. So that's pretty much all I can say. I love you guys. Thank you for supporting me. I don't know if I want to make some members. I probably will. I'll probably make some like members only videos talking about some upcoming things. And you guys will be the first to see it. I can't really talk about it, but if you do support me, do support the channel. Check out the membership subscription. It's new. It's an easy way to subscribe to the channel and also support me and support what I'm doing here, and allow me to bring you guys the best content as possible. My goal from whatever I'm able to make from YouTube is to get a better PC. My PC's kind of shite right now, not gonna lie. I'm on a bean and rice greens in terms of like how my computer works, so I have to get a new computer. Gotta get a new capture card. I'll probably just get a new computer and that'll handle the rest for me. Either way, whatever I do get from the channel is going straight back into the channel because it just works out that way. I'm able to provide to you guys and I'm able to get back from the community, and you guys do enjoy what it is that I'm doing, putting out. I will be doing live streams, and I hope to see you guys on live streams. I will be communicating and interacting with you guys, and that's another way to support me too. If you donate during live streams, that shit is crazy. You don't have to, but it's cool. Like I said, that's kind of my goal from YouTube right now. Since I am monetized, I'm going to be transparent with you guys. I want to get a better PC and capture card to be able to make the best content possible for you guys, because you deserve that. But yeah, all that jazz out the way. Oh, and I will be doing a giveaway in October. I will be giving away copies of Gears of War E-Day, so don't be ashamed or afraid if I'm not going to do that. I will do that. I will be drawing from names. So comment down below in this video if you made it all the way through here. Again, thank you so much for doing that, and comment down below comment down below your favorite COG gear, and comment down below your favorite faction in the COG, and by faction I mean your branch. Are you a fan of the Onyx Guards? Are you a fan of the Army, which is just the regular blue COG gears we see in blue armor? Are you a fan of the Commandos? Are you a fan of the Brash Brigade? What even Mag's group, she has her own squad called the Kelowna Infantry, and I believe it's a demolitions team as well. And she has there's like a lot of lore in this game, bro. A lot of lore. I actually covered her name and the squad's name in another lore video. But yeah, like, comment down below what your favorite branch of the military in the Gears of War universe is. Who are your favorite and what armor styles do you like? Tell me about that. I want to read the comments. I want to go through and see all of that stuff. But this is your boy Bones. I will catch you guys in the next video. The next one's going to be interesting. I'm going to be calling out some people. It's going to be controversial, I guess, in some aspects. I'm going to be talking about what I want the game to look like, what I want it to play like, what I want it to feel like. I just want it to be the best it can be. And due to beta backlash and the things that I experienced in the beta, I know that this game has the potential to be the best, and I need to see these changes implemented into the game so that it can be there. Right now, on a percentage scale, I probably want to say Gears of War E-Day is at probably like 70%. Like, we are nearly there. There's a couple things I would have loved to have seen come into the game, but that's neither here nor there. At the end of the day, I just want the gameplay to just feel good, and we're at 70% with that. But other than that, this is your boy Bones. I will catch you guys in the next video. Until next time, peace.